this town full of men with big mouths and no guts. If you can just picture it, the whole third floor of the hotel. Hi everybody, my name is Matt Haynes. I'm an audiobook narrator, and this series has previously been mostly about doing different accents, which I use in my book work, but also I'm incorporating impersonations because I find that very amusing, and who knows, maybe there's a character where I can use some of the essence of that voice to get the character more distinct or to channel whatever makes that character tense or passionate using a popular celebrity. So this time we're going to do Jeff Goldblum. We're going to break down some of the principles of what makes Jeff Goldblum's voice and essence work, and then we're going to apply song lyrics to his voice. Ta-da! This is the Mattoon. This is a picture of me. This is not my drawing of Jeff Goldblum, although people say that our charismas are very similar as our voices. But this is showing where the Jeff Goldblum voice tends to live in my mouth when I'm impersonating him. So where the resonance is, it's not in the soft palate, and it's not in the nose, but it's right between there, right in between soft palate and the nose in that particular cavity. And then also, he's got a slight hardening of his S's, which comes, I believe, partially from the tensing of the mouth and the pushing of the lips forward. So if we were to say, oh, say, can you see? It would be, oh, say, can you see? Now, before we get into more specifics about the Jeff Goldblum voice, I want to do a general idea of what I consider to be Jeff Goldblum's charisma. I think of Jeff Goldblum as somebody who is sitting in a control room that is absolutely packed with monitors that are constantly being scanned for important information. So there's frequently a rush of the words, and then finally a almost pause and replay of certain things, and then going to the next one and rush, no, not rush, no, rush, no, rush. But this. That's what I generally get. It's a very, very precise mind. He's often cast as a thinker, sometimes as somebody who is an observer rather than a participant, as with his alien characters that he sometimes plays, or outsider characters that he plays. But that's generally the situation I put myself in, with that tightness, that precision, and that constantly wandering, focusing, and deciding what the most important thing is. So now let's go to the core of Jeff Goldblum's speech pattern. Rapid, pause, nail a word, maybe slow down on the next sentence, but this just classic characterization of his rapid, pause, nail the word. It depends on what point he's emphasizing or what thought occurs to him or to his characters in terms of which word is the important one to stop and then nail. I go along with the idea of before a verb, which is an action word, so of course one would want to stop and then really nail that word, or an adjective, a descriptive word, so one would really want to stop and nail that because it brings up emotions. Sometimes it can simply just get louder. All the drunks pouring out of the dance halls, staring up at the smoke and the flames. Sometimes this key word can be a revelation, which often comes in the form of a as in if one were saying interesting. So all the drunks pouring out of the dance halls, staring up at the smoke and the flames. Sometimes it can become a purr. All the drunks pouring out of the dance halls, staring up at the smoke and the flames. And sometimes it can even take on a laugh within the word. All the drunks pouring out of the dance halls, staring up at the smoke and the flames. Let's go along our options of pauses pouring out of the dance halls, staring up at the smoke and the flames. All the drunks pouring out of the dance halls, staring up at the smoke and the flames. All the drunks pouring out of the dance halls, staring up at the smoke and the flames. Now we also have the body language. It's frequently to delicately sort of almost pick at his chin or stroke it, and then massage words and ideas very fluidly with his fingers. During awkward moments, there will be an ironic smile, which is furrowed brow, wide eyes, and closed lips. This week's song is going to be I'll Love You Till the End of the World by Nick Cave. It was a miracle I even got out of Longwood alive. This town full of men with big mouths and no guts. Uh, if you can just picture it, the whole third floor of the hotel gutted by the blast, and the streets below showered in shards of broken glass, and the drunks pouring out of the dance hall, staring up at the smoke and the flames, and the blind pencil seller waving his stick, shouting for his dog that lay dead on the side of the road, and me, if you can believe this, sitting behind the wheel and closing my eyes and actually praying, not to God above, but to you, saying, help me, girl, I'll love you till the end of the world, with your eyes black as coal and your long dark curls. I don't know what substances I was on at the time, but I believe they must have been rather tasty. And that was I'll Love You Till the End of the World from Nick Cave. Music by Kevin MacLeod, who gives this stuff out royalty-free, public domain. Thank you so much, Kevin. Was this video accurate? Somewhat. And if you have yourself some experience with impersonations of Jeff Goldblum, please put them in the comments below. Love to hear specifics and build on this stuff. And I will see you next time.